Hey friends, welcome into another edition of 4 Minutes on Friday. I want to talk about something that I've been kind of thinking about for the past two and a half or 3 years, and it'll be obvious why I've been thinking about it as I kind of unpack this. The idea behind when we say or we post something, we say something in a public setting, not just in a private conversation, but we say something in a public setting where there are maybe a multitude of people around us. And we post something on social media or send out an email that's going to go to a lot of different people. And we cite in that thing we say or the thing we post or send facts that kind of support our opinion, our idea about, whatever, XYZ thing, circumstance. When we do that, just a quick question. This is something that I've had to check myself on over the last few years. Do we do the necessary research to make sure that those are in fact facts? Or do they simply support an idea that I already had in mind? This is called confirmation bias. And certainly you've probably heard a lot about that, and you might have objections to this entire conversation because there are many people that do. They don't like this conversation. They don't want to have this conversation about confirmation bias. But it is a very real thing, a very real issue at play in our society, that when we hear something that supports a thing that we already believe or already think, whether it's about the world, or it's about politics, it's about our country, about church, about your favorite sports team, and that opinion or those facts support what you already believe, a lot of times we stop looking for more information. We just kind of cut it off right there and we go, well, I heard so-and-so say this, that, XYZ, and it supported exactly what I thought, and I kind of know them. They seem like they have some important job. They seem kind of like knowledgeable about this situation. So we hear that, we go, boom, that confirms what I already think about this thing, and I'm done. I'm done doing my research. Type it up, send it out, and boom, it's out there. You've said it, you've posted it, you've sent it. My encouragement to you, and again, I want to be really careful about this because, again, it's easy to accuse someone speaking in these kind of terms that I'm speaking in right now. Oh, you think you're never guilty of this? No, I'm guilty. I've been guilty of this a lot of times. I guess part of me is thankful that I'm glad that social media wasn't around when I was in high school, because in high school I had a lot of dumb opinions. I said a lot of dumb stuff. And there's no record of it other than the people that I went to high school with or was hanging out with at a youth group thing or at a football, basketball game. There's no record of it. Now, there's record of everything that everyone has said since the dawn of social media. So my encouragement is do the research. It's not that hard. There's tons of opinion. You say, well, maybe that's part of the problem, that the facts and the opinions get watered down because there's so much out there. I agree, that can be a problem. But if you're really looking for the truth and you're not looking to confirm your bias, you're going to end up at the truth. If you're really going to do the work, if you're really going to do the research, you're going to end up at the truth. This is something I believe that is true across the board. This is not just a spiritual discussion, although it is very much true in the spiritual world. This is something the church has been afraid of for a long time. The atheist or the one who has doubts about God, those doubts are going to lead them to a place where they don't believe in God at all. Well, maybe. But could it be that if they're really looking for the truth, they're not just looking to confirm their bias and their belief about God or the government or church or the world that we live in? If you're really looking for truth in those places, I think you're going to end up with truth. The cynical person will say, well, that is a naive way to view the world. That may be right. I'd rather, on some level, be naive than cynical. So hey, do the research. It's not that hard. There's a lot of avenues out there. See you next week.